That day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit. Yeah, damn, ain't that great. I don't want to go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for... Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit. Yeah, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute. I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning. And this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
Hello, guys. Thank you all for being here tonight. This is Pinkie the Housewife, and I will be carrying this on both my channels, which is Pinkie the Housewife and Pink Global. So now, no matter which channel you're on, thank you. Thank you for being here. Let me go ahead and get on with the matter at hand by saying, okay, welcome to the Pink House. And also make sure you hit that like button. Hitting that like button helps YouTube to keep me in the algorithm and hopefully push my videos out to more people that may like my content. And may say, oh, when y'all hit that like button, YouTube notices, okay? Also, make sure you hype my video. Hype the video, guys. Hype. And let me just say, subscribe to the channel. Subscribing to the channel, that helps you to know whenever I'm going live or dropping a new video or short, whatever, you would know. All right. And thank you, guys. Thank you. And make sure, if you have not subscribed to the second channel of mine, Pink Global, there's 2 words, Pink, all caps, Global, all caps. Make sure if you have not subscribed to that channel, go over there and hit subscribe, and please watch a video or short over there. Let's see who all we got in the house tonight. Linda Gamble, good evening, Pink Global. Thank you, Linda. Let me see what she said. Hit the like button on your way into the Pink House. Linda Gamble is my moderator. Okay, guys, she is the moderator for the Pink Global channel. Pink Global, yes, she is. Let me put this up here so I can see what's going on. Give me 1 second. Okay, I got it so I can see what's going on. Okay, now make sure you all get something to drink. You're going to need something to drink, whether you're drinking you got your alcohol, your drink, whatever, your mimosas, whatever, and or tea, water, lemonade. I got lemonade right here. I got my lemonade. This is lemon water, guys. Yes. You can see the lemons floating around in there. Oh, yes. I love it. Cold, too. Make sure y'all hit the like button on your way in. Okay. Let me see. Sizzling Bunny, thank you for being here. She waving at me. Thank you. Okay. In Hepper, thank you. I haven't seen you in a while. Well, because I haven't been here in a while. But thank you for being here. Thank you. Is that Leo Lady? Thank you, Leo Lady, for being here. Good afternoon to you. We're gonna go to sleep on this one. Yes, we are. You know, because they released the videos, the raw footage. Hillary and Bill wanted this to be public in the first place. They wanted to do an open session, but you know, no. Anything that this administration got in it, they don't want you to see nothing because somebody wants to hide shit. Let me see what he was called. Let me just see. I'm going to get it out for you guys. Yes, I am. Let me just pull it over here so I can tell you. He was called. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, Hillary. Specific comments about the orange head having a behavioral tell. What is a behavioral tell? I don't know. TLL, tell, when he is worried about being found out. What do that mean? I just read that straight from the thing. What do that mean? I don't know. But we're going to find out, guys. We got to find out what that means, okay? Yes, we do. Hi, looking and sounding great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, guys. Okay, let's go ahead and get on with the matter at hand. Okay, we got to get on with the matter at hand because we're going to spend our time listening to some videos, depositions. Yes, we are. I'll go ahead and pull that on up here. We're going to listen to some depositions today. Not today, tonight. Should I say tonight? Yes. Yes, we are. We're going to listen. Okay. So tonight, we're diving into what may be the most anticipated documents released of the decade, which is Hillary and Bill's deposition. By the Oversight Committee, the Oversight Panel, or whatever you want to call it. But anyway, we're getting ready to listen to it. Yes, we are. Okay. Now, after years of speculation and legal battles, the House Oversight Committee has finally gone public with the full, unedited, now listen to this, the full, unedited deposition tapes of Bill and Hillary Clinton. Now, let me just tell y'all, a lot of you all may not know this, but let me tell you something. This deposition, it ain't no little deposition. Y'all think this is a little thing? No, let me tell you, this deposition, what should I say this? Well, those depositions took place, and they, let me find exactly. I think it was 9 hours, 4 hours each or something. It was 9 hours of testimony in 60 minutes, but it was Hillary and Bill was questioned for over 4 hours each. Now, guys, y'all, when I say we hitting on something, we hitting on something. We hitting on something big. Y'all get on in here because we hitting on something big. So now, remember, this is a full, unedited deposition. Now, we may speed it up. We may get to both of them. We may not. If we don't finish one today, then we'll finish the other one tomorrow. Okay? We're going to listen to all of them, but tell on how much we get done. We're looking at over 9 hours of testimony on the oath regarding their ties to Jeffrey Epstein. Tonight, we aren't just looking at the headlines. We're watching the footage, analyzing their body language, and highlighting all the specific moments that the committee was calling pivot to the investigation. Let's get into the tapes, guys. Let's go ahead and get into it. Now, we're going to, let me just tell you, we're going to be hearing testimony about the hot tub. Yes, we are. We're going to hear testimony about the hot tub. Now, don't ask me what. Don't go asking me. But we're going to hear testimony about the hot tub. Okay, that's Bill. Now, did he deny or did he not deny? He denied. Yes, he did. The moment Bill is confronted with a photo of himself in a hot tub with unidentified woman during a 2000 trip. I ain't got nothing to say. Bill. Now, y'all know I love myself some Black Bill. Bill Clinton, I love myself some Black Clinton. Yes, I do. Bill is Black. He ain't white. Bill is a Black man in a white man's skin. Yeah, I love myself some Bill. Okay? Now, Y'all can love him or y'all can hate him. Okay, that's okay. Hi, Carlton. Thank you for being here. Thank you for stepping in. You're just on time. We haven't gotten into the videos, but we're going to watch the depositions of Bill and Hillary Clinton for unedited. We're going to talk about this. Bill denied the hot tub moment. Don't ask me why. It was an unidentified woman, but he sure did deny it. He claims he was only there for 5 minutes. What do you do? Just get there and say, hi, bye, Jeffrey and woman, Jeffrey Epstein and woman, hi, woman. My name is Bill. Well, I already know you because you was the president, or you are the president, or whatever she may say. Hi, Jeffrey. Hi, Bill. I mean, hi, woman. And I got to go. 5 minutes is up. I don't think so. Now, if y'all know I'm riding with the Clintons. I am, but I got to be fair. I got to be fair. Okay. But that don't stop me from loving myself from Black Bill Clinton. You know, Bill I ain't gonna say that. But anyway, let me say, compared to this official flight law from this era, it don't. Flight log. Let me say that again. Flight log. Now he got a reason why he was on using this man's plane. Plane. If a rapper can charter their own private planes, you can do that. If a rapper can buy their own plane, you can do that. Bill, you didn't have to use that man's plane. That's like me. No, I'm not going to say me. That's like somebody that make millions, because I don't work, so I don't have a job. But somebody make millions, okay? And then they go down and ask somebody that's middle class working in a factory, can I borrow your car? What the fuck? Does that make any sense? No. That don't make no sense. No sense. Okay? So that's Bill for you. Okay. But let me just say this one here. This man is driving me crazy. Okay. But anyway, so he wanted to use his plane. But Bill is going to tell you all about that. But I don't know her. And he didn't, Bill say, I don't know, is Bill going to identify this unidentified woman? Going to say who she is. But I know Hillary want to know. I believe defense for a former president. That's a believable offense for a former president. I don't know her. I don't know who she is. Okay. But anyway, now for the Hillary moment, threatens to walk out after learning a photo of closed door sessions with Hillary threatens to walk out. Wait now, this shows the pure animosity between the Clintons and the Republicans-led committee. Now we know the Republicans-led committee ain't nothing but a bunch of bull. They ain't nothing but a bunch of mess. They ain't nothing. Y'all know they ain't nothing but a bunch of mess, a bunch of fools. Y'all know that. I ain't even got to tell you. Y'all know that. Okay? Ain't no sense in me telling you something y'all already know. They messy. They messy. They can't think for themselves. They've been pulled around by the jock strap. They testicle skin. Okay? Well, that's just that. Now, okay, was the leak a strategy to distract? I think so. Or did it generally compromise the integrity of the testimony? I think it was a strategy, a leak strategy to distract, and it didn't work because this came out into the public. And then we can see the mess that the Republicans create every day. Michael, thank you for being here. You tell them they act the fool. Oh, man after my own heart. I tell you, they act the fool. Okay, thank you for being here. We're getting ready to get into those tapes because I'm going to try to get as much of this tape out. Okay. Let me just say, now this is when Hillary, the moment that Hillary deflected a question by analyzing the behavior of her political rival. Y'all know who that is? Mentioned tells. People have when they are caught. They tells. Tells, tells in quotation. Big quotation. She's meaning he tells. Quote, quote, quote. He tells. He tell on himself. Ooh. Oh my God. Y'all know I didn't have time to do nothing to my hair, time to do nothing. That's why I just jumped in something, just got myself together because me going this late is late, but we here because I wasn't going to let this go past today. I've been waiting on to do this. Okay. The last thing I want to say is we're going to analyze what she meaning by tells, her tell, what Hillary mean by tells. The way she say her tells, okay? Watch the moment when she moves from calm to visible agitated, okay? But let me just say this, that when she say tells, I know what she's talking about. His behavior. Let me just say this. I was just interested in his ideas. I want everybody, when y'all in the chat, I want y'all to speak on these moments. I want y'all to speak on them. Okay? When y'all see something that ain't jiving right, y'all let me know. It ain't jiving, Pinky. Or just speak out. Just let me know. Because y'all may catch something that I may not catch. My mind may be stuck on something from what she said before. Okay? Or he said before. We're going to start with Bill first. I want to start with Bill first. Y'all know I do. I want to start with the Bill Clinton. And y'all may say anything about Bill Clinton you want, but I just call him the black president. Bill know he loved them black women. I'm not kidding, but that's okay. But Bill was my president once. He's a former president, but that's okay. Everybody loved himself some Bill. Okay. And if y'all can hear my audio good, let me know too, because I want to make sure I'm sounding okay and y'all can hear me just fine and everything. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into this deposition from Mr. Bill. I got Hillary's, but we're going to get into Bill's first. Let me just go ahead and get out of this. What is this? Okay, I think I got it. Where did I put it? I'm looking for it, guys. Oh, here it is. Okay, I got it. Okay, let me get it up for you. Okay. This is with PBS News. Okay, PBS. Okay, I like PBS. Okay, this is Watch. It says Bill Clinton's full deposition on Jeffrey Epstein ties before the House Oversight panel. And this was just March 2nd. That was yesterday, 2026. Okay, 4 hours each. But we getting ready to watch these. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hit play. This is former Bill Clinton told members of the Congress last week that that he did nothing wrong in his friendship with Jeffrey Epstein and saw no signs of Jeffrey Epstein's SA abuse. You know, SA abuse or SA. He faced hours of grilling from lawmakers over his connection to the disgraced financier for one from more than 2 decades ago. Bill, I love myself some Bill, but Bill, let me just tell you, I don't believe that part that you did never see nothing wrong. Bill, I don't believe that. I just don't believe it. I like you, like I said, but I don't believe that cockabiny. I don't believe that. Okay. If I say I don't believe something, I just don't believe it. Okay, and that's what it is. Okay, so we getting ready to get started.
All right, we will go on the record. This is a deposition.
Okay, y'all ready? Make sure you in here. Make sure you got something to drink or eat or whatever you're gonna do. Okay, make sure you got your sacks, everything. Y'all now put a 1 in the chat if you're ready. Lady Leo, Bill Clinton for the Orange Man, awesome. And the Orange Man gave him props for coverage fund. So they scratching each other's back, literally, allegedly. You're right. They doing this here, scratching each other's back. Because when he said he'd never seen nothing funky going on with the essay with Epstein, I know. Now let me just tell you. Let me go get a straw. I know that man is lying. I just know that's a lie, but I like it. But I got to be truthful here now, because it's no skin off my back. You see what I'm saying? It's no skin off my back. It ain't hurting me. So why would I sit here and lie for Bill? Bill, I know you was my president, and I like you. Yes, I did. And I don't like what you did to Hillary. I just don't like that part. But Bill, I don't believe that. I just don't believe that. I really don't. If I don't believe it, I don't believe it. Moving all this stuff out of the way. I don't believe it, Bill. Okay, so we're going to leave it at that. I don't think Lady Leo believe you either. A lot of us don't believe you now. Is that correct, Lady Leo? Sir put in an awesome that was not me. Scratch the word awesome. Okay. Okay, Lady Leo. But we're getting ready to watch this, okay? And I'm going to go get me a straw so I can drink my lemon water, okay? Oh, Lord, Bill, I try to be fair, but I got to be straight and forward. But that white hair looking good. I like that all white hair. Bill, now, I like your all white hair. I really do. Hillary didn't look like she aged a bit on hers, but we're going to go ahead and get to watching. Y'all ready?
All right, we will go on the record. This is a deposition of former President William Jefferson Clinton conducted by the House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform under the authority granted to it pursuant to House Rule 10. Accordingly, House Rule 10 grants the committee broad jurisdiction for the committee to conduct investigations of any matter at any time. On July 23rd, 2025, the Subcommittee on Federal Law Enforcement of the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform voted by voice to approve a motion directing the chairman to authorize and issue a subpoena to you for a deposition. On August 5th, 2025, Chairman Comer issued a subpoena for President Clinton to appear today for a deposition in furtherance of the committee's investigation into the actions and investigations of Mr. Jeffrey Epstein and Ms. Ghislaine Maxwell. I will now enter the original subpoena and corresponding cover letter from August 5th, 2025, as well as the additional subpoena from December 15th, 2025, determining a new date as Exhibit 1. I will enter as Exhibit 2 the correspondence between Chairman Comer and counsel for President Clinton and Secretary Clinton. This correspondence includes the following letters. October 6, 2025, letter from David E. Kendall to Chairman Comer and Ranking Member Garcia. October 22nd, 2025, letter from Chairman Comer to David E. Kendall. November 3rd, 2025, letter from David E. Kendall to Chairman Comer and Ranking Member Garcia. November 21st, 2025, letter from Chairman Comer to David E. Kendall. December 10th, 2025, letter from David E. Kendall to Chairman Comer and Ranking Member Garcia. December 15th, 2025, letter from Chairman Comer to David E. Kendall. January 3rd, 2026, letter from David E. Kendall to Chairman Comer and Ranking Member Garcia. January 8th, 2026, letter from Chairman Comer to David E. Kendall. January 12th, 2026, letter from Ashley Cowan and David E. Kendall to Chairman Comer. January 13th, 2026, letter from William J. Clinton and Secretary 8 Hillary R. Clinton to Chairman Comer, encompassing attached declarations under the penalty of perjury of both President Clinton and Secretary Clinton. January 20th, 2026, letter from Ashley Cowan and David E. Kendall to Chairman Comer. January 31st, 2026, letter from Ashley Cowan and Catherine M. Turner to Chairman Comer. And February 2nd, 2026, letter from Chairman Comer to Ashley Cowan and Catherine M. Turner. The committee originally noticed the deposition for President Clinton on December 12th, 2025. I will mark that notice as Exhibit 3. I will mark as Exhibit 4 the notice dated December 16th, 2025 for a deposition of President Clinton to occur on January 13th, 2026. President Clinton did not appear for his deposition on January 13th, 2026. I will enter as Exhibit 5 the transcript for the deposition that President Clinton failed to appear for. The committee noticed a committee business meeting on January 14th, 2026 to consider the contempt report for President William J. Clinton held on January 21st, 2026. I will mark that notice as Exhibit 6. I will mark as Exhibit 7 the contempt report for President William J. Clinton voted favorably out of the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform on January 21st, 2026. I will mark as Exhibit 8 the final roll call vote sheet on favorably reporting the contempt report of President William J. Clinton out of the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform on January 21st, 2026. The committee noticed today's deposition on February 19th, 2026. I will enter the notice for this deposition as Exhibit 9. I will enter as Exhibit 10 an email thread between Committee on Oversight and Government Reform staff and counsel for President Clinton and Secretary Clinton. The email thread confirms the date, time, and location, among other terms, of today's deposition. Additionally, this email thread clearly states the agreed upon terms, including but not limited to video recording, no predetermined time limit, and scope. The agreed upon scope from the email marked as Exhibit 10 is as follows. Pursuant to the committee's investigation into the alleged mismanagement of the federal government's investigation into Mr. Jeffrey Epstein and Ms. Ghislaine Maxwell, the circumstances and subsequent investigations of Mr. Epstein's death, the operation of sex trafficking rings and ways for the federal government to effectively combat them, ways in which Mr. Epstein and Ms. Maxwell sought to curry favor and exercise influence to protect their illegal activities, and potential violations of ethics rules related to elected officials, the committee will ask President Clinton and Secretary Clinton all of its questions regarding Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, including, but not limited to, the personal relationships between the Clintons and Mr. Epstein and Ms. Maxwell, and the ways in which Mr. Epstein and Ms. Maxwell sought to curry favor and exercise influence, as well as the operation of sex trafficking rings and ways for the federal government to effectively combat them without the proposed limitations on scope sought in your January 31st, 2026 letter. Can a witness please state his name for the record?
William Jefferson Clinton.
Thank you. My name is Jack Emmer, and I am the Chief Counsel of Investigations for Chairman Comer. Under the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform's rules, you are allowed to have counsel present to advise you during this deposition. Do you have counsel representing you in a personal capacity present with you today?
I do.
Will counsel please identify themselves for the record?
David Kendall, Williams and Connolly, LLP.
Catherine Turner, Williams and Connolly, LLP.
Cheryl Mills, counsel to the president.
Thank you. Starting with the majority, can members of Congress in attendance please identify themselves for the record?
Billy.
Go ahead, sir.
Members Congress. Yeah, James Comer, Chairman of the Committee from Kentucky.
Congresswoman Nancy Mace, South Carolina.
Eric Burleson from Missouri. Congressman John McGuire, Virginia 5.
Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna from Florida's 13th District.
William Timmons, South Carolina.
Glenn Groveman, Wisconsin.
Ranking Member Garcia, California.
Congresswoman Melanie Stansbury, New Mexico.
Congressman Suhas Silvermani, Virginia 11.
Congresswoman Emily Randall, Washington State. Congresswoman Yasmin Ansari, Arizona's 3rd.
Congressman Maxwell Frost, Florida's 10th.
Congressman Wesley Bell, Missouri's 1st District, St. Louis.
James Walkinshaw, Virginia's 11th District.
Ro Khanna, California 17th.
Lauren Boebert, Colorado Sports District.
Thank you. For the record, starting with the majority staff, can the additional staff members please introduce themselves with their name, title, and affiliation?
Billy Grant, Deputy Chief Counsel for Investigations for Chairman Comer.
Peter Spector, Deputy Director of Oversight for Chairman Comer.
Daniel Ashworth, General Counsel for Chairman Comer.
Ryan Giacchetti, Chief Counsel for Chairman Comer.
Will Harness, Professional Staff Member to Chairman Comer.
Hannah Cathy, Professional Staff Member for Chairman Comer.
Melvin Soto, Legal Director for Chairman Comer.
Olson Tellen, Counsel for Chairman Comer. Emily Feyerabend, Counsel for Chairman Comer.
Mark Moran, Staff Director for Chairman Comer. Austin Hacker, Communications Director, Chairman Comer.
Ashley Ginger, Deputy Staff Director for Chairman Comer.
Thank you all. President Clinton, before we begin, I would like to go over the ground rules for this deposition. The questioning will proceed in rounds. The majority will ask questions for an hour, and then the minority will have an opportunity to ask questions for an hour if they choose. To the extent members have questions for the witness, they will be propounded during their side's respective rounds. The clock will stop if you need to confer with counsel. Your counsel is speaking, and when members or staff are speaking during the opposing side's rounds of questions. We will alternate back and forth until there are no more questions. Do you understand?
Yes.
There's a court reporter taking down everything I say and everything you say to make a written record of the interview. For the record to be clear, please wait until the staffer questioning you finishes each question before you begin your answer, and the staffer will wait until you finish your response before proceeding to the next question. Further, to ensure the court reporter can properly record this deposition, please speak clearly, concisely, and slowly. Also, the court reporter cannot record nonverbal answers such as nodding or shaking your head, so it is important that you answer each question with an audible verbal answer. Do you understand?
I do.
Exhibits may be entered into the record. Majority exhibits will be identified numerically. Minority exhibits will be identified alphabetically. Do you understand?
Yes.
We want you to answer our questions in the most complete and truthful manner possible, so we will take our time. If you have any questions or do not fully understand the question, please let us know. We will attempt to clarify, add context to, or rephrase our questions. If we ask about specific conversations or events in the past and you are unable to recall the exact words or details, you should testify to the substance of those conversations or events to the best of your recollection. If you recall only a part of a conversation or event, you should give us your best recollection of those events or parts of conversations that you do recall. Do you understand?
Yes.
You are required by law to answer questions from Congress truthfully. This also applies to questions posed by congressional staff in this deposition. Do you understand?
Yes.
If at any time you knowingly make false statements, you could be subject to criminal prosecution, including but not limited to perjury. Do you understand?
Yes.
This includes both knowingly providing false testimony, but also stating that you do not recall or remember something when in fact you do. Do you understand?
Yes.
Furthermore, you cannot tell half-truths or exclude information necessary to make statements accurate. You are required to provide all information that would make your response truthful. A deliberate failure to disclose information can constitute a false statement. Do you understand?
I do.
Is there any reason you are unable to provide truthful testimony in today's interview?
I don't believe so.
Please note that if you wish to assert a privilege over any statement today, that assertion must comply with the rules of the Committee on Oversight and Government Reform. Pursuant to that, Committee Rule 16C1 states, for the chair to consider assertions of privilege over testimony or statements, witnesses or entities must clearly state the specific privilege being asserted and the reason for the assertion on or before the scheduled date of testimony or appearance. For the purposes of this deposition, objections must be stated concisely and in a non-argumentative or non-suggestive manner. If the witness refuses to answer a question to preserve a privilege, the committee may seek a ruling from the chair. If the chair overrules any such objection, the witness shall be ordered to answer. If the witness continues to refuse to answer a question despite being ordered to do so, the witness may be subject to sanction. Do you understand?
Yes.
Ordinarily, we take a 5-minute break at the end of each hour of questioning, but if you need a longer break or a break before that, please let us know and we will be happy to accommodate. However, to the extent that there is a pending question, we would ask that you finish answering the question before we take a break. Do you understand?
Yes.
Finally, I will note for everyone here today that the contents of what we discussed in the deposition today is confidential under the House Deposition Regulation. Under the rules, the chairman and ranking member shall consult before any release of testimony or transcripts, including portions thereof. This means it is a violation of House and committee rules to disclose the contents of the deposition prior to its official release. For this reason, the marked exhibits that we will use today will remain with the court reporter so that they can go into the official transcript, and any copies of those exhibits will be kept at the table or returned to us when we wrap up. Can the reporter please swear in the witness?
Raise your hand, please. Do you solemnly declare and affirm, under the penalty of perjury, that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Do you have any questions before we begin?
No.
I have a comment before we begin, please. Mr. Chairman, I wanted to start out by saying, as you know, yesterday there was a photo released, and I appreciate you assuring and admonishing the committee and all of us of our obligations. Obviously, we want to ensure that that doesn't happen again. We've obviously experienced a number of deep fakes that have now been circulating on the web, not because of anything that the committee did, but because of the release of this particular photograph. And for that reason, I would ask two things. One, a reminder to all that the obligation to maintain what is occurring in this room occurs. And two, a release of the video of the secretary's testimony as soon as possible, ideally today, which was in 24 hours, and the same for the president, so that there are not deep fakes that are representing what is happening here when they actually have not.
Yeah, let me say, yesterday, that was an unfortunate situation. We had probably two things that shouldn't have happened. The release of the photo, as well as a Democrat member communicating with the New York Times. So I will again remind everyone to refrain from sending pictures or texting with media outlets outside. Melvin is our videographer, and he's doing this today as well as producing the video. So we'll get them out hopefully as soon as possible, hopefully within the next 24 hours.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate that. Nothing new.
Mr. President, do you wish to provide an opening statement?
I do. It's brief. First of all, good morning and welcome to all of you to our hometown. I appreciate you coming here. I'm here today basically for two reasons. First of all, I love my country and the Constitution, and I believe America was built on the idea that no one is above the law, especially presidents, and that we should all live by the same set of rules shaped by the Constitution. Democracy requires every person to play their part, and I hope that by being here today, we can bring ourselves a little further away from the brink and back to being a country where we can disagree civilly and search for the truth and justice, and that outweighs the partisan urge for spectacle and point scoring. I will do my part, and I hope you'll do yours. The second reason I'm here is that the girls and women whose lives Jeffrey Epstein destroyed deserve not just justice, but healing. They've been waiting too long for both. Through my brief acquaintance with Jeffrey Epstein, though it ended years before his crimes came to light, and though I never witnessed during our limited interactions any indication of what was going on, I'm here to offer what little I know so I can do my part to prevent something like this from happening again. I have to just say one personal thing. Since Hillary came in yesterday, she had nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. Nothing. There's a picture of us both shaking hands with him in a photo line in 1993 at a fundraiser for the White House Historical Association. I don't know how it is under President Trump, but when I was there, it was about the most non-political operation you can imagine. There were people who love the White House, who were interested in it, would give a little money every year to do things that needed doing around the house. And nothing nearly as extravagant as the ballroom or any of that, just things that had to be done. And neither she nor I remembered shaking his hand all those years ago. So I don't think that was right. On the other hand, I do think you should be talking to me. I think you should have called me. I did take those plane trips with him, and you have a right to ask those questions. So I'm glad to be here, and I understand what the oath is. I have to be honest with you. You know, I'll be 80 years old if I live to my next birthday. I don't remember everything that happened 24 years ago, but I do remember some things, and I will tell you what I remember as best I can. We, each of us, owe the victims nothing less than the truth and accuracy. We owe that to the American people. And I actually hope that you will be able to come up with some suggestions that will reduce human trafficking and especially focus on underage girls. I hope you'll be able to do that. I know that Hillary talked a little yesterday about what the State Department does and what she pushed on human trafficking and girls. when she was Secretary of State. We had to deal with it. And in my foundation, I saw it in Nigeria when Boko Haram was rampaging through the north of Nigeria. And we were working there trying to stop deaths from diarrhea for young children. And it was interesting. These guys were cold and calculated. They said, oh, you don't have to leave because the kids you're helping are younger than the ones we want. They have to be about 9 before they're worth anything to us. So this is really important. And I will do what I can to make whatever contribution I can. Thank you.
Thank you.
The time reads 11:28, and the majority's time will begin now. Mr. President, thank you for agreeing to testify today and for your years of service to our country. I want to start from the beginning. When did you first meet Jeffrey Epstein?
Well, I will try in this testimony, and I will point it out when I'm aware there's a picture or something that predates this. There's a picture which shows him shaking hands in the White House Historical Association reception. That was in 1993, but I'm not aware of that. I first remember meeting him when I got on his airplane to take the first trip with my foundation in, I think, 2002, whenever it was.
And to be clear, do you have any reason to believe that you may have met Mr. Epstein prior to becoming president of the United States?
Before I became president, no.
And you mentioned that your first memory of interacting with Mr. Epstein was on your first trip. Which trip specifically?
I'm not sure which one it was. Which one was the first? I took all or part of 4 or 5 trips to Asia and Africa and one to Northern Europe on Mr. Epstein's airplane. And once when I was in Florida, I was offered a ride back to New York, but I wasn't there having it. It was just coincidental that he was there. And I think that was fairly early in the process, but I don't remember exactly. I just know that I did. I took one flight back from Florida to New York, and all are part of several other, I think 4 or 5 trips to Africa, Asia, and one to Northern Europe.
And I want to make sure the record is clear. Is it your testimony today that you have no independent recollection whatsoever of the circumstances of when you first met Mr. Epstein?
Objection asked and answered. You can answer again.
Yes, I do have a recollection of when I remember meeting him before this trip. I mean, on this trip when I took his plane.
Mr. President, we're going to.
Let me just ask, guys, have y'all heard anything that you think is, you know, he lying, or you believe him, or anything that you all want to comment on, or anything? Because now I believe him when he said Hillary didn't have nothing to do with him. I don't think he was Hillary type of person. Now I believe that part. But y'all heard me when I said I don't believe everything. Hello, Phil. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. We're getting into these tapes. This is 4 video, unedited 4 video of Hillary and Bill Clinton deposition with the Oversight Committee. Okay, so we're starting with Bill first, but I wanted to know, did anybody have anything that you all, let me see what Leo's lady said. He's talking too much as a lawyer, and I believe he was at one time of his life. You want your client to answer the question as short as possible. Please correct me if I'm wrong. You're right about that. You got to tell the truth, but he's doing too much talking. Just answer the question as short as possible. The quickest and short answer. Because y'all know what's going to happen. The Republicans on the Oversight Committee, they're going to run with every little thing. Let Then they say, I believe him. He said Hillary was not a part of it. I do. I believe that part. They didn't look like Hillary kind of people. I don't care whether you was rich or not. They didn't look like Hillary kind of people. I don't think she liked that, being around that little short man. He wasn't cute either. So I don't think she liked, she probably got a bad vibe from him. I believe that part. But Clinton, Bill, come on, Bill. Our black Bill. Okay. Come on, Bill. Bill. No, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say something about a son that he got, a black woman. But that's allegedly. But I did see a picture of that boy with Bill's picture right next to it. They look so much alike. Oh, my Lord. They look so much alike. But I'm not saying that's Bill's son now. I didn't say that. I said allegedly. Lady Leo said, I don't believe Hillary was part of it. And I like the way she handled herself by being questioned. She was 10 toes down. Oh, Lord. Yes. I saw some of her testimony. Yes. So I haven't seen any of Bill's, but I saw some of Hillary's. But I want to start with the man in charge first. And we're going to get to Hillary. But I did go over some comments that she said in the very beginning. We're going to get back to this. Ooh, my Lord.
Discuss more specifics later. But for the record, can you briefly describe the nature and extent of your relationship with Mr. Epstein?
Well, sometime after I left the White House, either in late 2001 or early-ish in 2002, I received a call from Larry Summers, who had been on my economic team and was later Secretary of Treasury and was then president of Harvard. And he said that he was calling because a man named Jeffrey Epstein, who had made a substantial commitment of several $1 million, I think it was 10, but whatever it was, to brain research. And that he was a information hungry person, and he wanted to spend some time talking to me about economics and politics. And he said, he's got this massive airplane, and he said he would take you, your staff, your Secret Service detail, and anybody else you wanted to bring on the trips that he knew I was planning to set up a global network to provide life-saving AIDS medicine to as many people as possible, as quickly as possible. And I should back up and say, when I left office, we had done all the preliminary work to set up the global fund on HTB malaria, but it was not yet funded. And there were other instruments and institutions who were later founded, including President Bush's PEPFAR program. It had not yet been funded. There were only 200,000 people in the entire developing world who had AIDS medicine, most of them in Brazil, which had a big drug operation on its own, and in Thailand, which also had its own drug population. In Africa, there were like 30,000 people or something, just next to no people. And they were dying like flies. And I thought we had found a way to drastically drive the price down. And that if we could drive the price down, we could, and empower people to administer the medicine right, we could save a lot of lives. And I was obsessed with it. And I was being helped by a man named Ira Magaziner, who had helped us in the White House and whom I had known since we lived as Rhodes Scholars together in the 1960s. So anyway, that's why when Larry Summers said this, I thought, well, this would be great. And
I think, in my opinion, Jeffrey Epstein donating money, 10 million or whatever he donated, allegedly, in my opinion, is, and then talking about a helping take care of people needy and all this, in whatever way he was doing, he's buying his way in. That's what he did with a lot of rich people, millionaires, billionaires. He buys his way in. He buy his way in. That's how he get close to him, by donating money sending out his private big jet plane and bringing everybody Bill wants or whoever he's trying to buy his way into, whatever. By doing all of that, that's no more than that's it. Pinkie, did you see the interview with alleged son with a content creator here on YouTube? No, I didn't see the interview, but I did see a picture of it. I did see a picture, and gosh, he looked just like him, don't he? Yes, they look just alike. Yes.
So we followed up and took the trips.
Mr. President, when did your relationship with Mr. Epstein end?
When did it end? Well, I believe I took my last flight in 2003. Now,
wait, now he said in 2003.
Later,
when 2003? When was that? When was his case? His sweetheart deal. Let me find out. When was? Remember he was given that sweetheart deal. When was? Let me just do this here, guys. I'm gonna given a sweet. I'm going to find out because he said what, 2003? Let me see. Okay, here it is right here. Let me pull it up over here for you. Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, the sweetheart deal refers to the non-prosecution agreement, the NPA, signed in 2007 and finalized in 2008. This agreement allowed Jeffrey Epstein to avoid a potential life sentence on federal SDX trafficking charges. Instead, he pleaded guilty to 2 state-level prostitution charges in Florida. Timeline of the deal: August 2007. Negotiations began between the U.S. Attorney Office and Epstein's legal team. September 24, 2027, Epstein signed the agreement just 1 day before a federal grand jury was set to indict him on much more severe charges. In June 30th, 2008, the deal was officially finalized in state court. Epstein was sentenced to 18 months in jail but only served about 13 months, much of which was spent on work release, allowing him to spend up to 12 hours a day at his office. Now, let me just say that was 2000. Okay. It was signed in 2007 and finalized in 2008. And he said his last time being with Epstein or having anything to do with him was in 2003. Okay. Was it the Whitewater scandal in 1978? No, That sweetheart deal, that was when Epstein, because I wanted to know, because they wanted to know when Bill last time having anything to do with Epstein, that last question. And he said 2003. Epstein was brought on charges and he signed that sweetheart deal 2007 and finalized in 2008. So that means that's a big difference. Okay, so he stopped talking to him, I guess, in 2003, and then he was brought up on them charges from, those young women that Jeffrey Epstein, ain't no allegedly, but traffic and SA. Yeah, those young girls. And a lot of them was kids, little bitty kids with his perverted self. Okay. I just want to make sure I get that out. Get the bill back a rolling. Bill, I got to get you back a rolling. Bill got to get back on his rolling.
I became aware of some involvement he had in the first Clinton Global Initiative, but it was much later.
Why did your relationship with Mr. Epstein end?
Well, after a year or two, we really picked up a head of steam with this AIDS program, and a lot of other people whom I knew better and who really cared about the work came forward and offered to help us provide transportation. And I thought Mr. Epstein was an interesting man, but I didn't think he was really interested in what I was doing. That is, he asked all these questions. He did ask about economics and politics, as he said he would. And he never asked me anything untoward. It's just that I thought I had done what I promised to do, and he had done what he promised to do. And I thought I'd always, over the years, with these donors, tried not to overstay my welcome. I thought that we'd done enough, and it's time to start working with other people.
When did you first learn of Jeffrey Epstein's crimes?
Yeah.
I think in 2008 when he was prosecuted.
2008.
There's nothing that I saw when I was around him that made me.
2008. That's when the sweetheart deal was finalized in 2008. Because he signed it. It was signed in 2007, and it was finalized in 2008. And that's what he was talking about once he found out about what he was doing. Okay, let me.
He realized he was trafficking women.
Yeah.
And I never.
And let me just say this, guys. A lot of you all don't know that. Let me just say this. A lot of you all don't know that Andrew Acosta, the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of Florida, at the time, he later became the orange-haired man's Secretary of Labor but resigned in 2019 due to the renewed scrutiny of this deal. But Andrew Acosta, Mr. Orange-haired man, made him the Labor Secretary of Labor, appointed him as his Secretary of Labor. Now, this was way after all that stuff had been over, because he resigned in 2018. Everybody knew back in 2008, 2007, 2008, what this man had done. So, and he knew, orange-haired man, in my opinion, knew he was there. So he made sure to keep this man quiet. I'm going to put you right up under my thumb. I'm going to make you Secretary of Labor. Melanie won. Linda Gamble said Melanie won the goalie award tonight. I love the goalie. Okay, let me play my music for y'all. Know I got to play some music on that one. Let me find my music. What I want to play. Let's see. First, let me give out some applause. Melanie. Now, let me play some music. Oh, that's not it. Sitting.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute. I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning. And this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
I just had to play that for our Queen Boss Lady, Melanie Cherie. That's the Queen of Huntsville. She will always be reigning Queen of Huntsville. Yes, that's my girl there. I got to take this woman and give it to Mel. I'm gonna have to find out. That's my girl. Oh, I love myself some Melanie. Congratulations to the Queen of Huntsville, the lady boss, boss lady. Boss lady in charge. Okay. I have to give it to her. I have to give it to Mel. She be stepping. She be stepping, boy. Okay, here we go, guys. Let's get back to Bill. Bill, where you at? Where's that Bill? I had to.
Let's talk about Ghislaine Maxwell. When did you first meet Ghislaine Maxwell?
I believe I first met her with him when she was working with him.
And what did you understand, Ms. Maxwell, and what did you understand her relationship to be with Mr. Epstein?
I thought she was sort of his chief of staff or administrator.
And you said that you first met Ms. Maxwell with Mr. Epstein. Is that after you were president?
Yeah, I don't believe I met her when I was president. I could have. I met a lot of people, I don't remember, but I definitely remember meeting her on that first flight.
Can you briefly, for the record, describe the nature and extent of your relationship with Ms. Maxwell?
Yes, it was. It lasted longer and was more extensive than my relationship with Mr. Epstein, because Ghislaine Maxwell started going with a man named Ted Waite, who had made a lot of money making the first sort of self-designed computers. And he was a big supporter of mine and the foundation. Before he started seeing Ghislaine, we'd been friends, and he was interested particularly in reducing pollution in the oceans. And so when she started going with him, I would see her from time to time.
And when did your relationship with Ms. Maxwell end?
I don't think I've seen her in a decade. I don't know. It's been a long time. I don't know exactly when.
Why did your relationship with Ms. Maxwell end?
Well, first she moved to Boston, I think. She had a relationship with a man there, and I think they may have married. And so she wasn't so much around. And then when it became, after 2019, when it became obvious that she was involved too, to an extent that I did not know, that was the end of it.
And I want to make sure the record is clear. You mentioned that your relationship with Ms. Maxwell was more extensive than that of Mr. Epstein.
Well, it lasted longer, yes.
Okay. When do you have any recollection of what year it would have ended?
No, but when she was with Ted Waite, she was when we were kicking off CGI. She was very interested in that, and she participated. But I don't remember. I don't know, it's been 10, 12 years since I saw it. I don't remember when the last time was.
Thank you. I'm going to ask you some baseline questions regarding who you communicated with and about what. If you don't recall specifics, but do recall you communicated with them, you should answer yes, but say you do not recall specifics.
Okay.
Counsel, can I just ask, if you're going down a list, your question is, did he communicate with the person, yes or no? And then you'll come back if he says yes to ask further.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I will finish the prompt here too. So the question, Mr. President, have you ever communicated with any of the following people regarding Mr. Jeffrey Epstein or Ms. Ghislaine Maxwell? And for now, you can say yes or no, and we will come back to discuss each one.
And this is to the best of his recollection, yeah?
Correct.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
First, Richard Kahn.
Richard who?
Kahn,
T-O-D-D?
K-A-H-N.
I don't know who that is.
Darren Indyke.
Endyke?
Correct.
I don't know who that is.
Sarah Kellen.
I don't know who that is.
Uma Abedin.
People.
Yes.
Excuse me, Mr. President, the question is, as I understand it, name the people you communicated to about Epstein and Maxwell.
Oh, obviously I know Huma very well. I don't remember any specific conversations we ever had about Epstein and Maxwell.
Noam Chomsky.
No, Mr. Chomsky wasn't a big fan of mine. He thought I was too conservative.
Leslie Groff.
Leslie who?
Groff.
I'm sorry, I don't know who that is.
Nadia Marcinkova.
I don't know who that is.
Jean-Luc Brunel.
I don't know who that is, I don't believe.
Alan Dershowitz.
I know him. And I'm not aware that we ever talked about Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell. I don't believe we did.
Reid Hoffman.
I know Reid Hoffman, but he never talked to me about Mr. Epstein or Miss Maxwell.
Karina Shuliak.
I don't believe I know who that is. I don't think I've ever met that person.
Woody Allen.
I do know who he is, but I don't think I ever met him, and I never talked to him about Epstein or Maxwell.
Sandy Berger.
Sandy Berger was my national security advisor, and we were very close personally, but he's been dead for several years. And I don't think I ever talked to him about either one of those people.
Jess Staley.
Jess Staley?
Correct.
No.
Make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe button, please. If you missed it or forgot to hit that like button, make sure you hit that like button for me and subscribe to the channel. In the algorithm, and make sure my video is put out to more people that may like my content. And it's free. It doesn't cost a thing to hit the like button, guys. Thank you.
Paul Morris.
I don't believe I know him.
LED Rothschild.
Who Rothschild?
LED Rothschild.
LED?
Mm-hmm.
I know Evelyn Rothschild. Is that who it is?
No, and I have other Rothschilds on this list as well.
I'm not sure who LED Rothschild is. I've met a bunch of them when I spoke at the funeral for Evelyn Rothschild. And I have met some of the others, one couple in France once 20 years ago, but I don't remember him.
Okay. Lynn Orser Rothschild.
Yes, I know her, but I don't remember ever discussing Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell with her.
Glenn Dubin.
I don't believe I know him.
Eva Anderson.
I don't believe I know her.
Casey Wasserman.
I know him. And he was on a trip to Africa with me. But I don't recall ever discussing either Ghislaine Maxwell or Jeffrey Epstein with him.
Ira Magaziner.
Yes, I think I mentioned him earlier. He was the person who basically helped me start the AIDS program, and he ran the Clinton Health Access Initiative for many years. He retired a few years ago. But I don't remember ever discussing either Epstein or Rothschild with him. Or Maxwell with him.
Karen Ewing,
No.
Stacy Plaskett,
Stacey Plaskett is the member of Congress from the Virgin Islands, isn't she?
correct.
I know her. But I don't recall ever discussing Epstein or Maxwell.
Howard Lutnick,
Howard Lutnick is the Secretary of Commerce.
correct.
I know him and from 9/11, and because Hillary worked with his company and helped him to get going again. But, and I know he's now President Trump's Secretary of Commerce, but I don't remember ever having any conversation with him about Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell.
I need this. I went back to the Rothschilds in 1971. Ooh, that's a long time ago. 1971. Ooh, that's a long time. I didn't know it go back that far. I really didn't. Because Bill, well, after 1971, but Bill said he just started talking to the man at, what was it? That's 55 years ago. But Bill said he stopped talking to the man in 2023. So if Bill stopped talking to him, so even if we do 2003, Bill said 2003. And if it was 1971, so that means that's 32 years ago. Either way, that's a lot. Just like having a baby and the baby is grown and got kids. Ooh, ooh, thank you, Michael. Thank you.
Doug Band,
And he worked for me for years. And I know that he arranged like airplane flights and things like that, and was doing work on the first Clinton Global Initiative in 2005. And I know that he knew both Epstein and Maxwell. I do not know to what extent he was in contact with them. And I heard things in the last thing I didn't have any idea 24 years ago. So you'd have to be more specific if you want to know if I knew something then. I can tell you as best I can, but he worked for me and I knew some of what he was doing, and I didn't know some of what he was doing.
thank you. And we will return to Mr. Band. Louis Freeh.
I do know him. To the best of my knowledge, I didn't have any conversations with him about anything practically, but I certainly didn't talk to him about this.
Robert Rubin,
Bob Rubin was Larry Summers' predecessor as Treasury Secretary and the first director of the National Economic Council. But I don't even know if he knew Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell. I had no conversation with him about it.
and for now, Mr. President, you can answer yes or no.
Okay.
And the yes or no is intended to convey whether or not you had a conversation about Ghislaine Maxwell or Jeffrey Epstein.
Right.
So the answer to Rubin is no.
Larry Summers,
Yes.
Pete Rathgeb,
Read who?
Rathgeb,
Rathko. R-A-T-H-K-O?
Rathge.
Oh, Rathko. I don't recall that name.
John Podesta,
I don't believe I ever had a talk with John about it. I did stay in touch with John Podesta after I left the White House. And I consider him a friend, but I don't believe we ever discussed Epstein or Maxwell.
Andrew Friendly,
No, he was one of my, what you call body men at the White House. And we've stayed in touch over the years, but I don't remember discussing Epstein or Maxwell with him.
Catherine Rumler,
Kathy Rumler is a lawyer who has done some, on occasion, some help for the foundation. I don't believe I ever discussed Maxwell or Epstein with him, but I can't be sure, but I don't remember doing it.
Mr. President, they're only asking you what you can remember.
What?
They're only asking you what you
Yeah,
can
because
remember.
he's talking too much. Bill
Mark
is just
Middleton.
talking away. Oh my Lord,
I did
Bill.
not,
Bill,
and he sadly is dead now.
Bill Richardson.
No, he's dead too
oh,
now, sadly,
okay. I
but
see what you're saying, Michael.
I
Okay.
didn't know about his relationship with Epstein.
Oh Lord, I understand what you're saying now. Thank you.
George Mitchell.
No,
Bill Gates.
no,
Leon Black.
no,
Ayud Barak.
no,
Tony Blair.
Rock said he don't play that.
Andrew Mountbatten Windsor.
I am waiting on Bill to
I knew,
answer yes or no. Bill just going
that
into
he knew.
detail. Bill, be quiet. Somebody needs to tap
At some
his
point I
foot.
knew that he
You know,
knew
tap him on
Ghislaine
the
Maxwell,
or write a little
but
note
I did not
in
know,
front of
I
him.
don't think that he knew Epstein.
So is that a yes that you had communications with him?
No, we never had any.
Is your question communications about Epstein and Maxwell?
Thank you,
Correct.
woman, for stepping in.
Just generally as a conversation
Bill, be
like you
quiet.
together? Can you just
Yes.
elaborate more so he can better answer your question?
Mr. President, did you ever have any communications with Prince
say
Andrew
no,
related to Mr. Epstein or Miss Maxwell?
No, I did have not.
The direct answer to your question is no, but I
Okay,
don't
leave
want to
it at
mislead
that,
you.
Bill.
I know that because of my friendship with Eva and Lynn Rothschild, and because
Oh my God,
the
Bill.
former prince was,
Bill, you stepping in shit now. Be quiet. Somebody, that woman trying to give you an out. Just answer the question, yes or no. Bill is going all into detail with some rupture. Bill, be quiet. He gonna get his. They just waiting on him to give too much information, so I don't know. Y'all get your drink. We're gonna have to drink something on that one. Bill, Bill, you making my chest go pound, 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 because you need to be quiet. The question is yes and just yes or no. Do we all understand what Bill needs to do in the supposed to say? If you understand what Bill needs to say, put a yes in the question, yes and no, or just say yes, or just say no, you don't understand. But if you understand, or you can just put a 1 for yes and a 2 for no. Put it in the chat, guys, because Bill is running me crazy. Bill is running me crazy. Crazy, Bill.
around them,
See there? Thank
and
you,
they
Lady Bill.
knew.
See, he's trying to go into all of this explanation. They didn't ask you all that, Bill. Thank you, Lady Leo. They just, like the woman sitting next to him, trying to tell him it's just a yes or no answer. Okay? They just, oh my Lord. Somebody help Bill. His hair looks pretty. I can tell you that. I love that beautiful white thick hair. His hair looked pretty. I know the orange-haired man wish he had his natural hair instead of that toupee that he have to spray down and pin down on the side. Probably tied up with some more hair so you can't tell the difference. And it's layered. Bill got his hair cut and layered. But guys, Bill is talking too much. Y'all, we need to go on a 5-minute break so they can go out there and tell Bill, shut up, Bill.
Ghislaine Maxwell from Britain, and through her father, her late father. There may have been some conversation there. I don't remember it, but I don't want to mislead you. I knew something that.
Thank you.
Your question, because it's so broad, means that any social engagement that you might have would be captured.
Yeah,
So I
be
did
quiet.
trying to distinguish between trying to learn and just social engagement.
Yes.
If I had a social engagement with Andrew,
just say
Related
no.
to Mr. Epstein.
Not related to him, no.
Thank you. Peter Mandelson.
No.
Mohammed bin Salman.
No.
Larry Page.
No.
Sergey Brin.
No.
So let's talk about Larry Summers. You mentioned that you had communications with him related to Maxwell and Epstein. What were the
Amazon data center was just, let me pull that up and see what you're talking about, Linda. What do you mean just hit? Okay. Okay, I'm pulling it up, Linda. Okay.
The nature of those.
For the record, he said with Epstein, just to
Just
clarify.
Epstein.
Just Epstein.
Uh-oh.
Thank you. You
Okay.
mentioned that you had communications with Larry Summers related to Mr. Epstein. Can you describe the nature of those communications?
Yes. As I said before, he called me on the phone. He knew what I was trying to do
Okay.
with this AIDS work and how important it was to me. And he said,
Okay. Guys, I just got the information that Linda had just put in here. Amazon data center was just hit. I pulled it up. Let me, I'm going to let you be listening to this so I can get a.
he had just talked to Jeffrey Epstein, who he's described as a successful investment advisor who made a lot of money and had made a large commitment to Harvard to brain research. And he said he wants to talk to you about politics and economics. And he says, if you will take an hour on the longer legs of these trips he knows you're going to make to Africa and Asia to talk to him about it, that he will fly you on his airplane and your staff and your Secret Service detail and any other people you want to take who are supporting your work.
And you mentioned these communications were related to the work of your foundation. Did you ever have any other communications with Larry Summers related to Mr. Epstein?
No.
So for the record, you never discussed anything related to Mr. Epstein and young women or girls?
Absolutely not.
Mr. President, for the record, have you ever been contacted by any law enforcement agency concerning Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell?
As far as I know, no. That is, as far as I remember. Back in 2008, I sort of thought somebody might ask me something because I was glad this had come out since it had happened. But I don't believe anybody ever did.
You mentioned that you thought someone would want to ask you something. Can you elaborate on what that means?
He's talking too much.
Just because he let me use this airplane.
And to be clear, have you ever provided any information to any law enforcement agency concerning Jeffrey Epstein or Miss Ghislaine Maxwell?
So you asked this question before. You're just asking him to reiterate the response to the question that he previously asked you, Mr. President.
I don't believe any law enforcement agency has ever asked me. And I didn't know enough to volunteer anything.
Mr. President, are you aware of any efforts by anyone, including an attorney, process server, investigator, or any other person to contact you regarding any civil lawsuit, claim, or litigation involving Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell?
Not that I recall.
Did Jeffrey Epstein ever inform or represent to you that he was working with any intelligence service of any nation, including the United States?
No.
Did Ghislaine Maxwell ever inform or represent to you that she was working with any intelligence service of any nation, including the United States?
No.
And during your relationship, did you ever suspect Epstein or Maxwell of being affiliated with any intelligence agency?
I did not.
Okay. Lady Leo, guys, with the AUE. Okay, I got that information right now. I'm getting ready to bring it up so you all can see it. Let me just bring it up for you. And I got more. Sorry, but we're going to break in and get this information. Thank you, Linda. Because we're going to have to watch Bill in 2 parts anyway. And then tomorrow I'm going to, or I put out the rest of all of Bill's testimony. But then we're going to cover Hillary and do some talking about Hillary. Okay, here it is, guys. Let me just pull this down right quick. Let me get rid of this. And let me undo this just for a second. You're welcome. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, here's the first page. Let me get rid of this right quick. As of March today, which is the 3rd today of 2026, Amazon Web Service, which is AWS, has confirmed that 3 of its data centers in the Middle East was physically damaged by drone strikes. This is a significant event as it marks the first time a major U.S. hyperscale data center has been directly hit during military combat. Oh my God. Okay. Now let me give me 1 second, guys. Let me just do this. Okay. Military combat. Locations of the strikes. The attack occurred during a period of intense regional conflict involving retaliation strikes between the U.S. and Israel and Iran, I should say, Iran. The UAE, 2 separate facilities in the ME Central 1 region was definitely struck by drones. One struck at approximately 4:30 a.m. PST on March 1st caused sparks in a fire that forced the local fire department to cut all power to the building. Ooh, Lord. And what is this? How do you pronounce this? BE, whatever that is. I don't want to pronounce it wrong. That other location. A 3rd facility in the ME South 1 region was damaged by a drone strike in close proximity, which caused infrastructure issues and power disruption. Oh, let me bring up that second one for you. Oh, Lord. The physical damage has caused widespread cloud service disruption across West Asia, affecting everything from banking apps to government systems. The damaged infrastructure, the strikes resulted in structural damage, destroyed server racks, and failed cooling systems, water damage. The aggravation of fire suppression systems, which is the sprinklers to put out the drone initial fires, caused second water damage to the remaining electrical equipment. The effective service, major AWS offers, including S3 storage, EC2 computing, and Dynamo DB have experienced high error rates and degraded ability. And the third party ripple effects, regional, what is this? SaaS providers, I don't know what that is, such as the Snowflake reported disruptions as a direct result of the AWS outage. Now, they do have more on here. Amazon current response. Amazon has warned the recovery will be prolonged due to the nature of the physical and repairs required. Their customer advisory, the AWS is strongly urging all customers with workloads in the Middle East to migrate their data immediately to regions in the United States, Europe, and Asia Pacific. Recovery challenges. The restoring service requires physical repairs of power systems and facilities, coordination with local authorities, and safety assignments before personnel can re-enter the damaged zone. Let's see. As of March 3rd, 2026 at 8:14 a.m. PST, the AWS Health dashboard shows that while core functional services are starting to stabilize, though, software-based migration's full recovery remains stalled by the physical damage to the data centers. Amazon S3, significant empowerment, and PUT and LIST, which is put in list, I guess, available. This means you can now upload data and see your files listed. What is still broken? Amazon S3, pre-existing data retrieval. They got capital GET or GET or GET operations for data that was already stored before the strike is still failed. AWS says this data is currently trapped until physical power and hardware are repaired. The too prolonged recovery plan, Amazon has officially moved to a two-track strategy, physical track and software track. The physical track, repairing the actual building, cooling systems, and the power grids damaged by the drone strikes. This is expected to take at least 24 to 48 hours. The software track, deploying code updates to let S3 and other services bypass the damaged hardware to at least give customers access to their data from other surviving servers. Bottom line, for you, AWS official stance has shifted from localized power issues to a blunt recommendation. Migrate your workload immediately to the US, which is the United States, Europe, or Asia Pacific. They are no longer giving a firm estimate time of arrival of ETA before restoration because the damage is too severe. So they just saying they're not giving no more time dates or anything. Just go ahead and migrate your workload immediately to the US, Europe, or Asia Pacific, because they don't know when it's going to be done. Okay, guys? Oh, that was that page. I forgot to pull it up before you go. Okay. Let me take that down. I forgot to pull it in. Okay. Y'all, let's see. We don't have long. We're going to watch a little more of Bill. Let me pull Bill back in. We're going to just watch a little more of Bill, and then we're going to bring in Hillary for tomorrow. We're going to finish up with, I may just drop Bill's rest of his deposition. Oh, we may talk about it. We may, we may just bring Bill in some more tomorrow, or we may need to cover some more of this war. I don't know. We'll see. If we do Bill, we're going to bring in Hillary too. We'll put Hillary up next, and then some more Bill, maybe. I don't know. That lemon water, guys, it's the bomb, deadly bomb.
To talk about your time in the White House, I realize that you have testified, your recollection is limited, but did Mr. Epstein ever visit the White House while you were president?
Objection, asked and answered.
The records reflect that he did.
That's not the question. According to FOIA requests to the Clinton Library, Mr. Epstein visited the White House at least 17 times between 1993 and 1995. Do you have any reason to dispute those numbers?
Nope, I don't.
Do you know what the nature of Mr. Epstein's visits to the White House were?
Are you asking what he knew in preparation for today? Can you clarify what you are seeking to learn?
First of all, at the time, I had no idea he was coming and going. Huge numbers of people come and go in the White House. A lot of them come well over once, especially if they're lobbyists, for example. But I didn't know he was coming, so I certainly didn't know what he was coming about.
Mr. President, after you left office, did you or your staff ever conduct a review of records, documents, or other materials related to Mr. Epstein's connections to your White House?
You're exempting counsel. You can respond to that, but don't say anything about what you talked to your lawyers about. You can respond to this question.
Do you need the question again?
Just
Yeah,
say
I don't
yes or
understand.
no.
Did we look into what he did in the White House after I left office?
Mr. President, one of the concerns of the committee is how Mr. Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell attempted or potentially attempted to curry favor with influential figures. My question was, after you left office, did you or your staff ever conduct a review of records related to Mr. Epstein's connections to your White House?
To the best of my knowledge, no.
What did he want to review about Epstein for?
At this time, I would like to introduce what will be marked as Majority Exhibit 11. And while it's being passed out, I will note for the record, this is a New York Times article entitled "The Untold Story of How Jeffrey Epstein Got Rich," published on December 16th, 2025.
Epstein got
When
rich.
you receive the article, I want to direct your attention to the last paragraph of page 31.
The last paragraph of which page?
31. And when you are ready, I will also read it into the record.
I like that watch Bill got on. Bill got on a fancy, snazzy watch. I like that gold color. I know orange head man wish he had a full head like Bill. Bill said, I may be old, but I got some hair. But it's all white, but it's pretty. Orange head man, he'll be dyeing that hair orange. Oh my God. You wish he had that hair.
Again, we are looking at
I can't do
page
nothing but laugh
31
at
in the
that.
last paragraph,
Yep.
and I will read it into the record and ask you a few questions.
I'm not talking about the orange head man. I'm just making a joke because I think it's funny. Oh my Lord, I ain't got nothing else to say. Come on, Bill. Don't give too much answer, too many answers. Help him out. Help him out because he's gonna give too much. Oh no, you didn't. Yeah, Michael. Oh Lord, I tell you. You know, orange head man wish he had that.
I see this.
So when the wind blows, you don't have to
Mr. President,
put on a
the
baby
article
that
reads,
red
by
hair.
1995, Clinton and Epstein were sufficiently chummy that he wrote a get well soon note to Epstein's ailing mother. Hang in there, the president scrawled,
He said he
a yellow
didn't lose
post-it,
his hair.
which
It
Epstein
just turned
saved
white.
and we review. Mr. President, did you write
Thank
this
you,
note?
Lady Leo. This
Are you
is a
asking if
very
he
good
recalls writing this
observation.
note from 1995 on a post-it?
Correct.
Okay, thanks.
It looks like my handwriting, but I don't recall, but I will tell you this. I have written get well notes to lots of people I did not know and had never met.
And you answered
Right, because he's a big
my next
figure.
question. Did you ever meet Jeffrey Epstein's mother or any of his family members?
No, I'm not sure that I was asked to do this by Jeffrey Epstein.
And I want to focus specifically on the article's characterization. It says that you were chummy with Mr. Epstein in 1995. Is that accurate?
I'm going to object to that. It's characterization. It's hearsay. President may answer.
No,
That's it, Bill. No more.
I was
Bill.
surprised by that.
Somebody stop him. Just say no, no, no. Somebody stop Bill. Bill,
Let's
you answered the question.
talk about your relationship with Mr. Epstein after you left the White House.
Okay.
How would you characterize your relationship with Mr. Epstein?
Mr.
Well,
President, you have a question, please.
During the time it was cordial.
Culture. That's it,
At any
Bill.
time, would you characterize Mr. Epstein as a friend?
No.
We were friendly, but I didn't know him well enough to be saying we were friends.
How often did you communicate with Mr. Epstein?
Usually only on the trips. I did go to his house once, as you know.
Yeah, we know
And we
that,
will
Bill.
discuss
Just
that
leave it
further
at that.
later
Don't
on
say
today.
nothing else.
And
We already seen you at
how
the
do you
house.
typically communicate with Mr. Epstein? Did you talk to him
At
on the
that
phone?
hot tub moment.
Excuse me, he just said he talked to him on the trips, so that's in person.
Typically, my
Thank you,
staff
Mom.
communicated with
Thank you,
all
lady.
with him. I think it was mostly Mr. Band, but somebody talked to him.
Bill, don't say nothing
And
else.
you mentioned that you visited one of his properties. But outside of the work on the foundation and your trips, how many times did you meet in person with Mr. Epstein?
You're asking him to the best of his recollection.
Outside of the trips,
Best of my
I believe he
recollection.
came to the office once in Harlem. I was still housed up there then. And I think he paid a brief visit to the office. and I paid a visit to his house. When I once thought he was there, but now that I think about it, I don't think he was. And that was it. I mean, that's what I remember.
And you mentioned you visited Mr. Epstein's house. Are you referring to his New York townhouse?
Yes.
And your communications with Mr. Epstein, did you ever have any communications that were not related to the foundation?
I don't believe we ever talked about anything but the work we were doing. I mean, maybe small talk. I can't imagine. I don't remember the conversations.
And for the record, before we move on, did you ever have any communications with Mr. Epstein that related to young women or girls?
No.
Excuse me. Do you have your fantastic? Thank you very much.
She's on point. She is on point, keeping him straight.
We're good. Good morning, Mr. President. How are you?
Fine.
I want to first start out by asking you, have you ever been or traveled on, or has Huma Abedin ever traveled on Epstein's plane?
Didn't he just answer that question?
If you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. She might have taken one of the trips with us, but I don't know.
Okay, so have you flown on a plane with her?
Several times.
Several times?
Can you say, have you flown on a plane? Any plane?
The Lolita Express.
What is that when you say that?
Have you flown on the Lolita
Thank you.
Express
I don't know
with
what
Jeffrey?
Objection.
I don't know what that is.
Have you flown on Jeffrey Epstein's plane with Huma Abedin?
Ask and answer, you may answer again.
I don't remember, but I have phone. She's been sort of a part of our family for a very long time. So
But you don't remember saying, no, I don't
I
know.
don't think I ever took a plane ride with Jeffrey Epstein.
Who are you talking
But she
too
would
much?
typically go when
Oh, you making my
So have
brain
you traveled
cell
with
so
both of
bad.
them together?
Excuse me, both of whom, Congressman?
Of course. Have you traveled with Jeffrey Epstein and Huma Abedin together?
I do not know.
Okay, thank you. If the staff can please pass out EFTA 0021628 and the rest of the documents I have them print regarding passports to the president and council.
This will be Exhibit 12.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So
Mr. President, if you look at the passport page, at the bottom of the document should show the EFTA number. It's 0021628.
Yep.
There's a name on there. Would you be able to read that name to me?
Can you read the
Excuse
name?
me, Congressman,
Yes.
will you ask me if you've ever seen the document before?
Yes, well, this is evidence, and so I wanted to ask him specifically. So it's from the DOJ document police, right?
I understand, but he may not have seen it, or he may have seen it.
no, I've never seen it, but it looks like a passport.
Okay. Can you tell me the name that's listed on the passport?
Excuse me, he's never seen this document. Would you just read the name, please?
Yes, the name is Marius Robert.
Marius Robert. Yeah.
Are you familiar with that name at all?
No,
Okay. Would you be able to identify the individual in the photo?
it looks like Jeffrey Epstein.
Okay, the reason I ask you about this specifically is because I do believe that Jeffrey Epstein was an intelligence operative. And so this was a passport that was actually entered in and released by the Department of Justice, but this was an FBI filing. It was found in his safe, if you will. So it's an alias. So the reason I ask you that is because given your nature and position, I'm wondering if you were essentially targeted by a honeypot operation and or by intelligence to gather information. So that's why I asked you that question.
Well, if it was a honey-
Mr. President, there's not a question.
is there a question?
No. You can ask a question.
Well, I'll be getting to more, but that's the reason I asked that. Okay, my next question for you is, have you ever had contact with an
question. You asked the question. I'm going to answer your question.
Now you're gonna yell
This
at
was
me?
what I spent
You're
my
going to yell
time.
I forgot I was muted, no sound. I said, we're going to give Bill a break for a moment because we only have a few minutes left anyway. But Bill answering too many questions with too much information. He's giving out too much information. It's just no and yes. Okay. Thank you, Lady Leo. So Hillary, we're gonna watch her tomorrow. Hillary ain't playing with y'all. She ain't playing with them folks. She ain't playing with those the administration, the Republicans. She ain't playing with their ass. Hillary said, I ain't got time to sit here and play with y'all for 4 goddamn hours. So y'all listen to Hillary.
You asked the question. I'm going to answer your question.
Now you're going to
This was what I spent my time doing.
I'm a survivor trying to look out for other survivors, trying to
and
protect
I
one
was
another.
taking care
You
of
waited
the
6
people
months
who
to
lost
get here today.
3,000
6 months,
lives
and now you're being
at World
defiant
Trade
and
Center.
indignant today. You said this morning you did not solicit funds from Jeffrey Epstein, correct?
That's absolutely correct.
Did anyone solicit funds from Jeffrey Epstein on your behalf?
Not that I'm aware of.
I'm asking a black and white question. I'm not putting any leading statements into it or adjectives. Did you do anything to determine what was happening in those images or on those trips that once you saw these photos, once you realized Jeffrey Epstein was a convicted sex offender of children, did you do anything to determine what was happening on these trips with your husband?
I don't find any of your questions to be relevant to the investigation.
Well, it is relevant if a former president was traveling around with young women.
Well, you'll have a
alone
chance.
with them.
You'll have a chance to talk to him tomorrow.
If there are photos that are being released of the secretary as she is testifying, can you please explain how that
I'm
can
done
occur?
with this. If you guys are doing that, I am done. You can hold me in contempt from now until the cows come home. This is just typical behavior.
We will go off the record.
Oh, for heaven's
So I would like
sake.
to understand how that's permissible.
Before the hearing was,
It doesn't
Excuse
matter.
me.
We all are abiding by the same rules.
I will take that down.
Yeah,
So I
well,
would like to take a break at this moment.
yeah,
and I'd like to have
I'm
a
done
conversation.
for now.
And you did have a familiar relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, correct?
No, I didn't. I wasn't aware I'd ever met him when I was president.
While you were president.
We went out. I swam around. I sat in the hot tub for 5 minutes. I did or whatever it was, and I got up and went to bed.
And then I have to ask this, did you engage in any sexual activity
No.
with this person?
You asked the question. I'm going to answer your question.
Now you're gonna yell
This
at
was
me?
what I spent
You're
my
going to yell at
time
me.
doing.
I'm a
I
survivor
spent
trying to look out for others.
Oh, y'all hear that? Hillary ain't playing with their ass. Hillary ain't playing with their ass. Get him, Hillary. We're gonna watch Hillary tomorrow. We're gonna watch Hillary. Take a break. Yeah, we give them. Woo, Hillary. And she giving them that look like, oh Lord, I know you ain't asking me that. I just know you ain't asking me that. Oh, no, you're not. I know you ain't asking me that. That's what Hillary doing. Hillary is giving it to him. I know you're not. I know you're not. You ain't asking me that. No. Ooh, get me, Hillary.
Survivors trying to
And
protect
I
one
was
another.
taking care
You
of
waited
the
6
people
months
who
to
lost
get here today.
3,000
6 months,
lives
and now you're being
at World
defiant
Trade
and
Center.
indignant today. You said this morning you did not solicit funds from Jeffrey Epstein, correct?
That's absolutely correct.
Did anyone solicit funds from Jeffrey Epstein on your behalf?
Not that I'm aware of.
I'm asking a black and white question. I'm not putting any leading statements into it or adjectives. Did you do anything to determine what was happening in those images or on those trips that once you saw these photos, once you realized Jeffrey Epstein was a convicted sex offender of children, did you do anything to determine what was happening on these trips with your husband?
I don't find any of your questions to be relevant to the
Well, it is
investigation.
relevant if a former
Well-
president was traveling around with young women.
Well, you'll have a
alone
chance.
with them.
You'll have a chance to talk to him tomorrow.
If there are photos that are being released of the secretary as she is testifying, can you please explain how that
I'm
can
done
occur?
with this. If you guys are doing that, I am done. You can hold me in contempt from now until the cows come home. This is just typical behavior.
We will go off the record.
Oh, for heaven's
So I would
sake.
like to understand how that's permissible.
Before the hearing was,
It doesn't
Excuse
matter.
me.
We all are abiding by the same rules.
I will take that down.
Yeah,
So I
well,
would like to take a break at this
yeah,
moment. and I'd like to have
I'm
a
done
conversation.
for now.
And you did have a familiar relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, correct?
No, I didn't. I wasn't aware I'd ever met him when I was president.
While you were president.
We went out. I swam around. I sat in the hot tub for 5 minutes. I did or whatever it was, and I got up and went to bed.
And then I have to ask this, did you engage in any sexual activity
No.
with this person?
You asked the question. I'm going to
That hot tub moment, guys. Let me bring that hot tub moment up for you. Remember, I talked about the hot tub in the very beginning. Okay. Let me see, can I find that hot tub moment? Let me see. The hot tub. Deny. Bill Clinton denied that. He said, Bill is confronted with a photo of himself in a hot tub with an unidentified woman during a 2000 trip. And he denied it. Yes. I don't know. But, oh, wait, now, let me see. Bill, shut up talking too much. Yes, he is talking too much. Michael said he should have just asked Bill, did he get any? He went to bed. He got out and went to bed. That's what Bill claiming. Bill said he went to bed. Bill said he didn't do nothing. He didn't do nothing, guys. Bill said, I didn't do nothing. He went to bed. Let me, Bill said he went to bed, guys. We're going to bring some more of this up tomorrow, guys. This was good. But we're going to start with Hillary because Hillary is popular. Hillary, I'm not taking that shit. I'm not taking that shit. Yo. Oh, let me give me some of this. Miss Pinky, that hit you. Yeah. Bill, I'm getting up. What she say? I'm not, yeah, I'm getting up. Oh, how, what she said? What did Hillary say? God thanks or something like that. I don't know. But Hillary ain't taking that shit. She ain't taking that shit. She said, my husband is not in office no more. So I'm going to read y'all. I'm going to read y'all. I'm going to tell y'all. Tell you to go to hell. Lord, I don't think she said that. I'm just putting it in my words. Oh, allegedly. Oh, I just love that. Hillary, we're going to have to start with Hillary tomorrow. We'll finish up with you later, Bill, because you talk too much. But we got to start with Hillary tomorrow. Oh, Hillary said, home contempt till the cows come home. Yes, that's what she said. Contempt till the cows come home. Cows ain't coming. Shit. Oh, Lord, I enjoyed that. Hillary just set it off. Hillary said she set it off. Can I find one more thing of Hillary set it off? I'm going to do one more of Hillary. One more of Hillary. And then we're going, guys. One more of Hillary. Because Hillary, she ain't playing that shit. Hillary said, I'm not playing that. Y'all ready? Here we go. Last one.
Excuse me, can I interrupt?
I have
There are
another.
photos that are being released of the secretary as she is testifying from inside this room. Can you please advise me as to whether or not that's permissible and consistent with the rules, particularly given that we have asked for a public hearing? If there are photos that are being released of the secretary as she is testifying, can you please explain how
I'm
that
done
can
with
occur?
this. If you guys are doing that, I am done. You can hold me in contempt from now until the cows come home. This is just typical behavior.
We will go off the record.
Oh, for heaven's
So I would like
sake.
to understand how that's permissible.
Before the hearing was,
It doesn't
Excuse me.
matter. We all are abiding by the same rules.
I will take that down.
Yeah,
So I
well,
would like to take a break at this
yeah,
moment. I'd like to have
I'm
a
done
conversation.
for now.
Go off the record. Go off the record.
Take it down.
When you saw photos of your husband in a hot tub laying on a beach and getting massaged by other women, and you knew that Jeffrey Epstein was involved in some of these trips and these things, did it concern you at all?
I'm here not to offer my opinions. I'm here to answer specific
Thank
questions to
you.
the best of my
When
ability.
you saw your husband in these photos with young women being massaged, what went through your mind?
I am not going to speculate.
You didn't have any feelings about young women massaging your husband.
I am not going to offer opinions or speculation about
Thank you.
anything that I have no context for and was not there.
Did you do anything to determine what was happening on these trips with your husband?
I don't find any of your questions to be relevant to the
What is
investigation.
relevant if a former
Well-
president was traveling around with young women?
Well, you'll have a
Alone
chance.
with them.
You'll have a chance to talk to him tomorrow.
I hate this, but because I don't believe I should inject anything. But I do not want to leave the impression, but since there was no follow-up question, he never, the president never, this is 20-something years ago, never said anything to me to make me think he was involved in anything improper with regard to Epstein either. He just didn't. That's the truth.
Bill,
As I
Bill,
said earlier,
talk too much.
the only conversation I had with President Trump about this was in the early 2000s. And I have no information that he did anything wrong. I just want it all out there. I want everybody to get it all out there and let everybody.
When would the last time have been that you either communicated with Ms. Maxwell, even if not directly yourself, but
You don't have
been around
nothing
Ms.
to do with
Maxwell?
Maxwell.
The best of my recollection is at the wedding in 2010.
Would you consider Ms. Maxwell a friend?
No,
Thank you.
Would you consider her a friend of President Clinton?
he'll have to answer that.
I like how.
Would you consider Ms. Maxwell a friend of your daughter?
She probably was friendlier with her than I was because I didn't see her very often.
How often would your daughter have seen Ms. Maxwell?
I have no idea.
I like how Hillary answered. She don't give no
But
information.
again, it was in the context of her being in a relationship with Ted Waite.
Bill voice sound like he's failing him. Yeah, he got a hoarse-free voice, like he got a.
Anyone else in your family have a relationship of some kind with Ms. Maxwell?
Well, that's my family. You asked about Bill and Chelsea.
And just to make clear for the record, have you ever met Jeffrey Epstein?
I do not recall ever meeting Jeffrey Epstein. In preparation for this hearing, I was told that he attended an event at the White House that was put on by the White House Historical Association. But I have no recollection of it.
All right.
Excuse me, can I interrupt?
Hillary did her thing. She was short, quick, and gave her answers. That's what I'm saying. If nobody like it, just don't like it. Hillary says she ain't elaborating on shit. Okay? And she don't find none of this amusing. She find the questions, in my opinion, I'm just saying it. Y'all take them questions and stuff them somewhere. Okay? Oh, Lord. We'll have to get back to that tomorrow. Guys, thank you all for being here. I enjoyed myself, and I hope y'all enjoyed it too. And we just found out some breaking news on the Amazon data center that was hit. Two locations that were hit. But guys, thank you all for being here. I do appreciate you all. And thank you. They will get more emphasis tomorrow on these here. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.